Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play the 7th Saga! Since last time, I grinded up to level 8, mostly just to get up to at least 34 speed, so I can handle the enemies in the next dungeon. If you're using, like, Camel, or Olvan, or Lux, any of the slower characters, you probably would need to gain another level or two in order to get the speed you need to get through there. But anyway, last time we defeated Romus, and the old man is gone. And if you search where he was, you can get another item there. I think that item is the same as the HP catcher spell, so it's basically useless. I might as well just sell it eventually. Oh, well, you're welcome. Can I get a reward? No! Okay, never mind then. But yeah, took care of that problem. Now we can go to the Cave of the Earth to unlock the gate there. Let's see, did I change anything in my inventory? No, just make sure you got 2 protect bottles going into the dungeon, and preferably close to max potion 1s. The mirror might also be helpful against a certain tricky enemy, if you know what I mean, viewers. So let's head on over there then. You can see the little circle in the lower left of the crystal ball there before. That's where the Cave of the Earth is. But pretty much now I can one-shot almost any of the random enemies around here. Except like the demons, I might use Ice 1 to kill them. But since I'm going into a dungeon, I want to conserve my MP as much as possible. Fortunately, the enemies don't show up in too large groups yet. Eventually, I will learn the Blizzard spell that can hit all enemies, but for right now, we've only got single targeting stuff. Let's see, while I was grinding, let's see, I think I already had Purify before, but that cures Poison or Petrify, and Ice 2 is essentially a little more stronger than Ice 1, but it costs a lot more. I usually only use Ice 2 when I think I can one-shot an enemy with it. Like if there's 2 enemies, let's say, I want to kill the 1 enemy first, and then I can conserve my MP by using Ice 1 instead. And Ice 2 isn't really that much stronger. I mean, it is. Anyway, this is the reason why I did the grinding I did. He has an arm and a leg and a really long arm and leg that fuse together, I guess, or something. Now, the problem with undead is that they have the ability to heal themselves. So it's not like Final Fantasy where healing reverses itself on undead-type monsters. No. But if you get his HP down, like, below 25% or something, they can cast Heal 1 on you. So I'm just going to throw my potions now because I have so many of them. Now, with undead, if I ran into a group of undead, or, well, an undead with other enemies there, I might try to kill the other enemies, so that way I can trick the undead into using, or casting Revive 1 on there, and that'll just totally take up all their MP, and then they can't heal themselves anymore. So, it's kind of a trick to manipulate the AI there. But anyway, we got our first agility seed, but I'm going to save that for when I go back to the inn, because there's still more grinding that I'm going to be doing here. Okay, what was that other item? Ah, antidote, yeah. And despite the name, that can also be used to cure the Petrify status as well. But we haven't ran into enemies who can do that to us yet, so we're still pretty good. And by the way, undeads have 28 agility, so that's why I wanted to get up to 34 agility, or speed at least, so that I would have the accuracy to be able to hit them, actually. And here we got another chest. What the? It's full of monsters! A really tough one, too. Make sure you're at max HP before you try to fight this guy. Okay, first things first, absolutely use a protect battle, or he will kill you with 1 attack. So basically what I want to do is wait until I get a lucky hit. Ooh, that could be bad. I basically want to wait for either him to miss me, which is much less likely to happen now, or for me to just one shot it with Ice 2, maybe. Okay, well, we're still okay. Now, another thing he can do, because I have the mirror... Ha-ha! Okay. That's what I was hoping for. So, he tried to use Petrify on me. I had a mirror in my inventory, and it automatically activates, so you don't have to spend a turn using it, and then it reflects it back to the target. Mirrors are really, really good for that. Although, interestingly enough, the Petrify spell doesn't actually turn you to stone like almost every other game. It just encases you in stone for some reason. Getting a little light on MP. I might want to use my MP herb, but I'll worry about that later. We're not doing too bad right now. And, okay, well, that's all the treasure I can get here. With that enemy there, the Mimic, or, well, it was a trick, they called it. And when you defeat them, you can get a random jewel from them. So you can get some pretty good money out of killing one of those guys. Okay, well, here's another example of enemies that I'm a little concerned about. So let me demonstrate the strategy that I was telling you about. So, well, if I wasn't worried about the undead, I might use MP Catcher on the Chimera, because they have the MP and relatively low resistance to debuffs like that. You could drain MP from an undead, but it's less reliable. So you see what I did here was I killed the Chimera and the undead revived it. So now he has no MP, he can't heal himself anymore, and I should be able to kill the guy in 2 shots of Ice 2. Assuming he doesn't dodge it. Chimeras actually have 30 speed, quite a bit more than undeads, but as you can see, they're not really that tough to deal with anyway. So yeah, that's basically the trick to defeating undeads there. By the way, if you kill an enemy, then another enemy revives them, and if they run away, you get no experience for killing them. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, but that's how it works. Okay, so at the end of this path here, oh, I wonder who that guy is. Well, before talking to him, I want to do a little more grinding, because between here and the next town I'm going to, there's going to be some really fast enemies. I think they got like 45 speed, so I want to get my speed up to 51 at least if I can. And don't forget, I also have the agility seed, so I'm gonna use that off screen to get 4 speed out of it. So I only need to get 3 levels, like up to level 11. That should do the trick. And if you're using a smaller or slower character, you'll probably need to level grind a little more. Just get your speed up to 51 and you should be good. So I'm gonna take a moment to take care of that grinding, and then I'll be right back and talk to this guy. Okay, we're back. Finished the grinding. Took me a little less than half an hour, and yeah, I got my speed up to, well, over 51. I got some good stat gains along the way, and I learned a couple of these spells. Blizzard 1 hits all enemies, and it's about as powerful as an Ice 1 spell per enemy, so that's actually pretty good. And the Petrify spell, which, well, does what you saw when the mirror worked on the trick there. It petrifies the enemy there. Let's see who this guy is. Oh, you want to join up? Come on, let's go. Uh-oh. Nuts. Yeah, who is the guy anyway? Oh, nuts. I think you're the one who must die here, Python. For boss time! Okay, first things first, let's get... I was like, wait a minute, where'd my Protect Bottle go? Yeah, we want to absolutely use Protect Bottle on ourselves. That'll cut the damage he can do in half, and I could use Ice 2, but I would like to try and conserve my MP as much as possible, and Ice 1 deals more damage per MP spent than Ice 2, and this fight's going to take a while, no matter what you do, really. Hopefully he does not get a crit on me. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Python doesn't really have a whole lot of speed. I mean, he's not obscenely low on speed, but once you get up to level 11 or 51 speed, he's not going to be that much trouble, or much of a problem. Okay, so, we took care of him, and we'll never see him again. But anyway, yeah, let's heal up after that one, and continue onward then. We got to get to the next town, recruit some apprentices and all that. If I can ever open these boxes, though. Okay, we got a fire bottle that casts a Fire 1 spell, and that could be useful way later in the game, so you could hold on to that if you want. And a magic herb there, awesome. By the way, someone was asking me, H.C. Bailey, if you use seeds on yourself to boost your stats, does that create a problem like Dragon Warrior 3? And the answer to that is no. There are no baseline stats or anything like that, but there is a problem that can happen later on again in the game regarding your magic stat. If your magic stat actually gets a little too high, the accuracy of your debuffs and instant death spells can overflow, which would basically render them useless, but that's only a problem against certain enemies in situations. So, I mean, it's not something you really need to be worried about, but it happens in a couple instances that I might care, and I'll go over that when that becomes a problem. But anyway, we got a new enemy there, Android, and I wanted to use Petrified to crowd control him while I'm dealing with the other enemies around here, because he has no resistance to it at all, as long as I actually hit him. The thing is, though, they have 45 speed, which is why I wanted to get up to 51 speed, so I could, well, actually hit the guy. Also, while an enemy is petrified, they can't dodge, but I suppose that should be obvious. But it does help in that regard there. So yeah, that's why I did the grinding I did before coming here. Okay, we made it. Oh, you might have noticed we have new world map music there, too. Whenever you go to a new region of the world, there's usually different music there, so I like it. This one's kind of relaxing that they got there. But anyway, one thing I want to do is find a hidden treasure. That's a consumable item that you can use in battle to cast Defense 2, and that will reduce the defense of the target by half. And anyway, we got leeches here, and, well, just like the NPCs were telling us before, once you get to Bonro, that's the name of this town, or the next town, Zealous, you can find apprentices there. Each town, or, well, most towns for the remainder of the game will have 3 potential spots where an apprentice can spawn. And at this point, well, there's 6 apprentices around, right? So we got 3 of them here. 3 of them are going to be at the next town. So one or the other, we're going to be recruiting someone to help out there. But which apprentice will I recruit first? Find out next time on Let's Play the 7th Saga. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.